Under the crystal chandeliers of the Sterling Grand Hotel, the room sparkled with money, laughter, and fake smiles. And in the middle of all that noise, one girl stood completely alone. Rachel Lane adjusted the plain black dress she'd ironed 3 times that afternoon and reminded herself why she was there. Freelance sign language interpreter, children's hospital gala, one night of work that might keep her landlord off her back for another month. Smile. Be professional. Don't get involved. That was the plan. It lasted 12 minutes, because that's when she noticed the girl in the midnight blue dress, pressed against a marble column at the edge of the ballroom. No one talked to her. No one even looked at her. But she was watching everyone. Not their eyes, not their faces, their mouths. Her gaze tracked every moving pair of lips like they were subtitles. Rachel's heart dropped. She's deaf, she realized. The posture, the tiny delay before her expression shifted, the way she'd lock onto someone's mouth and then look away, empty, when they turned. And in a room full of important people, raising money for accessibility, not one of them had bothered to walk over and say hi. If you've ever been the one at the party holding your drink like a shield, pretending you don't care that no one sees you, if you've ever watched someone you love stand in a crowded room and still be completely alone, stay with this story. And if you love emotional, movie-like stories where one small act of courage changes a whole life, hit subscribe to Extraordinary Stories, tap the like button, and turn on the notification bell right now, so you don't miss the next story that feels a little too close to your own heart. Because tonight, this ignored girl and a stubborn interpreter are about to force a billionaire to learn a whole new language. For love. A murmur rolled through the ballroom. Is that him? Adrian Cole just got here. Oh wow, in person yeah. Adrian Cole, tech billionaire, visionary, self-made, the guy whose name was on half the hospital wings in the city. He walked in like he owned the room. For a second, Rachel thought he might actually own the room. Dark hair, charcoal suit, easy smile for every camera. People pivoted toward him like flowers to sunlight. Rachel's eyes snapped back to the girl by the column. Same eyes, same jawline. His daughter, she thought. The girl, 17, maybe 18, watched her father without moving. No wave, no smile, nothing. And he didn't look at her once. Her face stayed perfectly still, but Rachel had seen that look before in little kids' hospital rooms. I will not show you that this hurts. Her agency's warning echoed in her head. High-profile event. Don't draw attention to yourself. Don't get personal. Right, but there are some things you do, even if it risks the job. Rachel took a breath and walked straight toward the girl. She stopped where the girl could see her clearly. Then, without saying a word out loud, she raised her hands and signed, "Hi, I'm Rachel. What's your name?" For one heartbeat, nothing. Then the girl's entire face exploded into life. Her eyes widened. Her mouth formed a perfect silent "Oh." Her hands flew. "You sign? You know ASL?" Rachel's fingers moved easily, muscle memory from 100 hospital shifts. "Yeah, I'm an interpreter. I'm working tonight." "What's your name?" "Sophie." The girl signed. "I'm Sophie Cole." Then, hesitantly, "Are you deaf too?" Rachel shook her head, signing and speaking softly, so Sophie could see her mouth and her hands. "No, I'm hearing. I work with deaf kids at St. Luke's Children's Hospital. They pulled me in for the gala." Sophie's shoulders dropped like someone had just taken a weight off them. "I've been reading lips since we got here," she signed, hands quick and sharp. "My eyes feel like they've run a marathon. People keep shouting at me like that helps." She mimed someone yelling with exaggerated lips, and Rachel winced. "I've seen that one," Rachel signed. "Advanced level hearing person behavior." Sophie laughed, a silent, bright burst that made her look completely different. "Or they find out I'm deaf and just stop talking," Sophie added. "They start talking to whoever I'm with instead, like I'm not right here." The last sign slowed, the funny edge slipping to show the hurt underneath. Rachel's answer was simple. "I see you," she signed. "Not your dad's money, not your hearing aids. You." Sophie's eyes shimmered for a second. "Hi, Rachel." she signed. Hi, Sophie, Rachel replied. They talked. About school, Ridgewood Academy, a fancy prep school with an integrated deaf program that Sophie described with an Olympic-level eye roll. Hearing kids think I'm stuck up because of my last name, she signed. Deaf kids think I'm too privileged to get it, so I float in the middle. That sounds lonely, Rachel replied. Sophie shrugged, but her eyes didn't. Art helps, she signed. I paint. My room is basically an explosion of color. It's the only place I can say things without anyone interrupting. Rachel smiled. I'd love to see your work someday, she signed. You'd be the first person who actually looks at it, Sophie answered. Across the room, cameras flashed harder. Adrian stepped onto a little stage, ready to give his "Look how generous I am" speech. The crowd shifted to face him. Waiters froze, trays in the air. Rachel watched Sophie's face. Pride, sadness, the tiniest flinch. Your dad seems busy, Rachel signed carefully. Sophie's mouth twisted. He loves events, she replied. He loves hospitals and donors and check sizes. At home, he loves email. Does he sign? Rachel asked. The question landed like a stone. Sophie's expression hardened. 13 years, she signed, every movement clipped. Not one sign. We have interpreters. He talks to them about me, in front of me, like I'm a meeting. I'm sorry, Rachel signed, meaning it. Don't be, Sophie replied. It is what it is. I stopped waiting for him to try. The speeches ended. Applause ricocheted around the room, and then the man himself walked toward them. Adrian stopped in front of Sophie, all charm for the cameras, none of it reaching his eyes. Sophie, we need you for photos, he said. Loud, slow, no sign. Sophie's face slipped back into that perfect, blank, polite mask. As she stepped past Rachel, her fingers brushed the air where her father couldn't see. See? She signed, tiny and bitter. He doesn't even ask who you are. Then she was gone. Adrian didn't look at Rachel once. Something in Rachel's chest snapped into place. She'd seen enough, and on the terrace later that night, under softer lights and a colder sky, she was going to say something that would blow up both of their lives. The night air on the terrace was cold enough to make Rachel's lungs sting. She stepped out for 5 minutes of quiet, and found Sophie already there, arms folded on the stone railing, face turned toward the city. Escaping? Rachel signed. Sophie turned, smiling in relief. My eyes needed a break, she replied. Lip reading should count as cardio. Before Rachel could answer, the door opened again. Adrian stepped out, alone. Sophie, he said, lips easy to read. It's time to go. The car's waiting. Still no sign. That small, tired shutter slid down over Sophie's face again. Rachel felt her pulse spike. Her agency's warning screamed in her head. She ignored it. She stepped forward, placing herself where both of them could see her. Mr. Cole, she said, signing as she spoke. I'm Rachel Lane. I've been talking with your daughter tonight. She's pretty remarkable. He blinked, clearly not used to staff initiating conversations. Thank you, he said coolly. Do you work for the hotel? For the hospital, Rachel replied. And freelance. I'm a sign language interpreter. He gave a polite nod that said, That's nice. Now move. Rachel didn't move. With respect, she said, heart hammering, hands still moving. You should know you're missing an entire world by not being able to talk to her directly. The temperature dropped 10 degrees. Excuse me, he said. Sophie's hands flew to her mouth. Rachel, it's fine, she signed quickly, panicked. You don't have to. Rachel shook her head once. No, she signed back. It's not fine. Then she looked right at Adrian. Everyone inside spent the night praising your generosity, she said. But your daughter stood alone while you shook hands with people who will forget your name next week. You donated millions to accessibility, and she still has to read your lips. You are overstepping, he said, jaw tight. My relationship with my daughter is not your concern. It became my concern the second I watched her pretend it didn't hurt, Rachel shot back. You have the money to learn any language. You built a global company, and the one person you haven't learned to talk to is your own child. Silence. Sophie signed in a blur. He gets defensive. Please stop. He doesn't like being told he's wrong. Rachel stared at him. If no one's told you before, I will, she said quietly. You are failing her. Not because she's deaf, but because you won't step into her world. His eyes flashed. I think we're done here, he said. Sophie, we're leaving. He turned. Sophie hesitated just long enough to sign to Rachel. Find me at Ridgewood Academy. Then she followed him back inside. The door swung shut, leaving Rachel alone with her pounding heart, and one very loud thought. Well, there goes my job. The next morning, her phone rang far too early. Rachel, her agency coordinator snapped. What did you do? Doesn't matter. Cole Dynamics called, and you are going to their house this afternoon. I'm being sued? Rachel asked weakly. No, the coordinator said. You're being requested, personally, for a private assignment. Don't blow this. Don't lecture him. Smile. Nod. Speak when spoken to. The line went dead. Rachel stared at her wallpaper, the same peeling patch near the window, and whispered, What is happening? The Cole house sat on the Hudson like something out of a movie. Glass walls, stone, metal, the river glittering beyond. Inside, everything was white, expensive, and quiet. The housekeeper led Rachel down a hallway lined with paintings. One made her stop, wild blues and golds, messy and emotional. Sophie painted that, the housekeeper said with a little smile. She spends hours in her room making these. Of course she did. They reached a study with floor-to-ceiling windows. Adrian was waiting. Ms. Lane, he said, standing. Thank you for coming. Rachel sat on the edge of the leather chair, ready for trouble. He surprised her. I owe you an apology, he said. Her brain stalled. Sir? What you said last night, he went on. The way you said it was inappropriate. You should not have confronted me like that at an event. There it was. But you weren't wrong, he finished quietly. That wasn't what she'd expected. He folded his hands on the desk. I asked you here for 2 reasons, he said. 1, to admit that. 2, to hire you. 2, interpret? She asked. At events? At home? To teach me, he said. ASL, American Sign Language. I want to learn. Properly. Rachel stared. She'd heard that sentence from parents before, usually through tears, but never in a room like this, from a man who could buy a small country. ASL isn't a weekend course, she said slowly. It takes time, practice. You're busy. I've cleared 2 evenings a week, he replied. More when possible. I'm not asking if it's easy. I'm asking if you'll teach me. He named a rate high enough to make her light-headed. I'm not doing this for the money, she said automatically. Good, he said. Then we can be clear the money doesn't erase what I've done wrong. She hesitated. Why now? She asked. Your daughter said she's been deaf for 13 years. Pain flickered across his face. Sophie was 5, he said quietly. There was an accident. Black ice. A truck. My wife died. Sophie and I survived. Her auditory nerves did not. He took a breath. I spent 2 years flying her to specialists, he continued. I threw money at anything that promised a chance. Surgeries, therapies, trials. When they finally told me it was permanent, I refused to accept it. I kept expecting someone to fix it, he added. To fix her. I hired interpreters, tutors, experts. I told myself I was doing my best. Really, I was outsourcing my guilt. He slid a folded note across the desk. It was waiting on my desk this morning, he said. From Sophie. Rachel opened it. Dad, last night, for 10 minutes, someone talked to me like I was just a girl at a party. Not your deaf daughter. She saw me. Mom always said real healing starts when someone finally hears you. I haven't felt heard in a long time. Rachel swallowed. I built a children's wing in my wife's name, Adrian said. Funded a dozen accessibility grants, but my own daughter had to write a note to tell me what she's been feeling for years. That's failure. He met Rachel's eyes. I don't know if it's too late, he said. I don't know if she can forgive me, but I know the first step is learning her language. Will you help me? Rachel thought about Sophie pressed to that marble column, watching lips no one turned toward her. Yes, she said. On one condition. He raised an eyebrow. You don't treat this like a business goal, she said. No ASL by Q4 speeches. This is about relationship. You show up. You keep showing up. Even when it's frustrating. He gave a small, rueful smile. This may be the hardest thing I've ever learned, he said. And I've learned derivatives and merger law. Then we start with the basics, Rachel replied. The alphabet. And later we'll work on the big ones. The big ones? He asked. I'm sorry. I'm proud of you. I love you, she said. The ones she's needed to see on your hands for a very, very long time. He nodded. Teach me, he said. Weeks passed. 2 nights a week, Adrian and Rachel sat across from each other in that glass-walled study. Again, Rachel said, signing. Proud. You. He copied. At first his hands were stiff, awkward, but slowly something softened. You're better than you think, she said. I've seen adults give up after the alphabet. I don't give up, he replied. Ever. That's what I'm counting on, she said. In parallel, Rachel met Sophie for coffee near school whenever she could. He really shows up? Sophie signed, skeptical. Twice a week, Rachel answered. Sometimes 3. He curses his fingers a lot. It's kind of adorable. I will never use the word adorable and my father in the same sentence, Sophie signed. But, thank you. Sophie told Rachel about her acceptance to Harvard. He pretended not to cry when he saw the letter, she signed, but his shoulders were doing this weird shaking thing. Rachel smiled. Did you see him practicing proud yet? She asked. He tried once, Sophie replied. Then he chickened out and said it out loud instead. Baby steps, I guess. One Friday evening, Rachel arrived at Ridgewood Academy for the senior art show. Sophie's section was impossible to miss. Bold canvases, colors that punched you in the chest. A central piece titled After the Noise, half darkness, half light, hands painted mid-sign reaching across the divide. It's the accident, Sophie signed at Rachel's shoulder. The last sounds I remember on one side, the silence and signing on the other. It's incredible, Rachel said honestly. A hush fell over that corner of the gallery. Adrian had arrived. No cameras tonight, no speeches. Just him, in a simple jacket, walking straight toward his daughter's work. He stared at the main painting for a long time. Then he turned to Sophie. His hands lifted. Slow. Careful. These. Beautiful. I proud you. The grammar wasn't perfect. The feeling was. Sophie's hand flew to her mouth. Her eyes filled. For a second, no one moved. Then she signed back. Thank you. People clapped, thinking they were applauding some nice, deaf awareness moment for the newsletter. They had no idea they were watching a father and daughter say what they'd been carrying alone for 13 years. Rachel could have cried right there. But the universe wasn't done with them yet. Because 10 minutes later, the headmaster announced a surprise scholarship, the Claire Cole Memorial Scholarship for the Arts, a year of fully funded study at a prestigious art institute in Paris. To our most outstanding senior artist, he declared, smiling grandly, Miss Sophie Cole. The room exploded in applause. Rachel turned toward Sophie, ready to squeeze her arm. Sophie was pale. She didn't move. She didn't smile. She turned and walked straight out of the gallery. Adrian hesitated, clapped twice more like his body was on autopilot, then followed. Rachel gave it 5 seconds. Then she slipped out after them. They were in an empty classroom down the hall. Sophie was signing furiously, tears tracking down her face. Adrian looked lost. Slow down, he said. I'm missing half of that. You're missing everything, Sophie signed, hands sharp. Again. Rachel stepped to the side so both could see her. Let me interpret, she said gently. Sophie? Sophie nodded once, swallowing. She signed again, slower now. You created a scholarship in Mom's name, she signed. For me, without asking if I wanted it, just like the schools, just like the boarding programs. You are still making plans for my life like I'm a project. Rachel voiced it. Adrian's shoulders sagged. I thought you'd be happy, he said. Paris, art, your mother's dream? Harvard was my dream, Sophie cut in, signing hard. I worked my butt off for it. I got in. You saw the letter. Paris was your plan. Or your guilt plan. I don't know. But you didn't ask. Rachel translated. I set up the scholarship years ago, he said. I wanted to honor your mother. I thought, when the time came, it would be a gift. Then tell them to give it to someone else, Sophie signed, tears burning. Someone who actually wants to go. I don't want to be your photo in front of a French building. I want my life. She hesitated. Her hands shook as she signed the next part. You sent me away after the accident, she signed. To the best schools, with the best staff. You called every weekend and spent half the time talking to the interpreter. You missed plays, recitals. You were always on a flight or in a meeting. I needed my dad, not a perfect program, and you still don't get it. Rachel's voice cracked a little as she interpreted. Adrian looked like someone had removed all the air from his lungs. He leaned against a desk. I sent you away, because every time I looked at you, I saw the back seat of that car, he said quietly. Claire's hand on the wheel. Your car seat. The moment everything went wrong, I couldn't breathe. I thought if you were somewhere, safe, with people who understood deafness, you'd be better off than stuck with a father drowning in guilt. So you drowned somewhere else, Sophie signed, more quietly now. And mailed checks. Yes, he said. That's exactly what I did. He didn't defend himself. He didn't justify. He just owned it. Why learn to sign now? Sophie asked, signing slowly so he could follow with only a little help. Why wait 13 years? His hands lifted. The signs weren't pretty, but they were his. Because you leave soon. College, he signed. And I realize worst thing not car. Worst thing is keep not showing up. Rachel didn't say a word. Sophie watched him, tears spilling freely now. I don't want Paris, she signed again, softer. I want Harvard. I want my studio. I want you, not just your donations. Adrian nodded. Then Harvard it is, he said. We'll reroute the scholarship. Someone else will go to Paris. Someone who wants it. Sophie blinked. Maybe, she signed slowly. We could still go. One day, not for a year, just for a week. No cameras, no speeches, just us. Mom always wanted to take me. His eyes shone. I'd like that, he said. Then he took a breath. His hands rose again. This time, his fingers were steady. Sorry, I fail you. I love you, Sophie. Sophie let out a soundless sob, and then she closed the space between them and fell into his arms. He held her like a man who had been gripping the edge of a cliff for 13 years and finally found solid ground. Over her shoulder, he met Rachel's eyes. He didn't speak. He signed, "Thank you." Rachel smiled, throat tight, and quietly stepped out, closing the door behind her. They didn't need her for this part. Not anymore. 6 months later, Rachel sat on a folding chair on the lawn of Ridgewood Academy, trying not to cry on her program. Valedictorian, Sophie Cole, the principal announced. Applause. Sophie stepped up, blue gown swishing, tassel swinging. She didn't touch the microphone. She just raised her hands. The interpreter voiced her speech for the hearing crowd, but Rachel watched Adrian in the front row. No interpreter between them. In a world that thinks silence is empty, Sophie signed, I've learned it's where the loudest truths live. She talked about losing hearing and finding community, about art as language, about people who shout to be heard, and people who learn a new language instead. Then she looked directly at her father. I had a mom who taught me that music can be felt even when it can't be heard, she signed. And a dad who needed 13 years to learn that love doesn't always need sound to be understood. He's learning, and I'm still here to see it. Adrian's shoulders shook openly now. His hands moved, small but clear. Proud. Sophie smiled. It was the same smile she'd given Rachel that first night. Only now the whole world could see it. Afterward, on the crowded lawn, Sophie dragged Rachel over to Adrian. "Tell her," Sophie signed at her dad. He rolled his eyes affectionately. "We're starting something," he said to Rachel. "The Claire Cole Foundation for Deaf Arts and Education. Grants, art programs, free ASL classes for families, scholarships decided with students, not for them. And every employee has to learn sign," Sophie added proudly. "No exceptions. We already scared 3 lawyers. And we need someone to run the programs," Adrian said. "Someone who actually understands what communication means. Someone who isn't afraid to tell me when I'm being an idiot." He held out a folder. "Program director," he said, "if you want it." Rachel opened it. Job offer, real salary, resources, a chance to build something bigger than hospital corridors and rented ballrooms. She looked at Sophie. "Are you sure?" she signed. "You're the one who saw me," Sophie replied. "Before he did. You changed everything. Who else could do this?" Rachel's eyes burned. "Yes," she said, "on one condition." They both raised their eyebrows. "We start every board meeting with the sign for listen," she said, demonstrating. They laughed. "Deal," Adrian said, signing the word clumsily. It was messy. It was imperfect. It was real. Maybe you've never stood in a glittering ballroom watching a billionaire ignore his deaf daughter. But maybe you've sat across from someone you loved and realized you had no idea how to reach them anymore. Felt invisible in a room full of people who only saw your label, not your heart. Told yourself, it's too late. Too much time has passed. We're both too hurt. Here's what this story whispers to you. It is almost never too late to learn someone's language. Sometimes that language is sign. Sometimes it's apology. Sometimes it's simply, "I don't know how to do this, but I want to try. Will you help me?" One interpreter decided not to stay silent. One father decided being busy was no excuse anymore. One girl who'd stopped waiting chose to give him one more chance, and an entire new language of love grew from there. Now I'd really love to hear from you. Have you ever felt like Sophie, present but unseen? Or have you ever had a hard conversation that finally broke years of silence? Tell your story in the comments. Someone out there might need your words more than you know. And if this story touched your heart, please subscribe to Extraordinary Stories, hit the like button, share this video with someone who needs hope today, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss the next story.